Ajay Kumar, former IPS officer, Member of Parliament, Krishna Prasad, Editor-in-Chief of The Outlook, Dr Hitesh Vajpayee, BJP spokesperson of Madhya Pradesh. My first question is to Meenakshi Lekhi, National Vice President of the BJP Mahila Morcha, Senior BJP Leader. Meenakshi Lekhi, the question tonight is not whether that the Madhya Pradesh government has not acted. That's not the question. The question tonight is, will the Madhya Pradesh government apologize? So, let me tell you what the Madhya Pradesh government said. Senior Madhya Pradesh BJP leader, Industries Minister Kailash Vijaywargiya, reacting to demands of Keshav Dev and Madhurani Tewatia, the officers' father and wife respectively, said they should stop levelling allegations against the government, otherwise we will show the government is not weak. Sarkar pe आरोप लगाना बंद करे, वरना सरकार ने भी चूड़ियां नहीं पहनी हैं. And then he says, the wife should concentrate on her health. This is not a time to demand an inquiry by the CBI. My question tonight is, Meenakshi Lekhi, will, in your view, should Kailash Vijaywargiya and Shivraj Singh Chauhan and the whole Madhya Pradesh government come out and apologize for these insensitive remarks that have been made by them?
You see, when you are administrating and you are in administration, sometimes tough calls need to be taken. And it's probably one of those things. And when somebody is doing the best in their ability and capacity to put the issue at rest and to address the issue, at that time, if certain allegations are made and politicization, allow me to complete please, politicization of a sensitive issue can lead to this kind of remarks.
So if somebody asks for justice, if somebody asks for justice,
I'm sorry, justice is not what, or the justice is not necessarily to be delivered in the manner the person asks for it. If the Madhya Pradesh police is catching the culprits, doing the things, but still a needle of suspicion is going to be put on the Madhya Pradesh government.
So you can mock, mock the IPS officer's wife, and you can show absolute insensitivity by saying focus on your health.
The reaction,
don't demand justice for your husband.
Nobody is saying that. The justice is being done, the administrative procedure is being followed. At the same time, I don't think it's a question of apology.
No question of
apology. At the same time, absolutely not.
No question of apology.
What apology? I mean, you're doing the right things. Now, they were asking for CBI inquiry. Even that has been ordered.
BJP says tonight on the program, what apology? Dr. Hitesh Vajpayee, in your view, should Kailash Vijaywargiya respond with a clear apology? Should Shivraj Singh Chauhan now say that maybe I was completely wrong when I said that there is no mining mafia in the whole state, right? He governs the state. The whole world is saying mining mafia exists. People are being killed. IPS officers are being killed. But before that, should the minister apologize? Should the chief minister apologize?
Arnab ji, I would like to clarify all these things together. One, definitely the statement of Kailash ji. I felt, and he clarified this thing on media also, that his intention was basically against the politicization which is being done by the Congress in the state.
No, he said that the officer's wife.
Please, Arnab ji.
He said, one minute, sir. Please don't misinterpret. I'm completely clear about what he said. He said, "Sarkar pe आरोप लगाना बंद करे, वरना सरकार ने भी चूड़ियां नहीं पहनी रखी है." And what is that supposed to mean? And when he said his wife should concentrate on her health. You are insulting the wife of an IPS officer who has died fighting the mining mafia, and you are saying she should concentrate on her health? I don't understand. Why can't you simply say, I said something insensitive, I'm really sorry? How can he threaten this family?
Arnab ji, I am clarifying very rightfully on behalf of Kailash ji and CM Sahab and from my party's behalf that his intention was against basically the politicization which is being done by the Congress at this unfortunate event.
Anyone who says
expected at all. And secondly, our CM has already had a talk with Madhurani ji, and he very categorically said this thing, that our whole party and the government is with the family, and we respect whatever they say, because this is a very unfortunate and sad event for
1 minute, sir. Let us get the facts absolutely right.
And
let us get the facts absolutely right. The Madhya Pradesh government is looking foolish Because day after day, it is just changing its position. On the day of the killing of the IPS officer, the Home Minister, Shankar Gupta, says action will be taken against the mining mafia. Then DGP Nandan Dubey says it was not correct to say mining mafia is ruling the area. Then on March 11, the Chief Minister says there is no mafia. Then you have a senior BJP leader who says that the lady who's fighting for her husband's justice for her husband should take care of her health and Sarkar ne chudiyan nahi pehni hui hai. What does this lack of consistency indicate? What does this lack of consistency? Let me get Krishna Prasad in. Krishna Prasad, what do you make of what's going on in Madhya Pradesh? You know, should this state of denial end now?
Obviously, Arnab, this state of denial should end. It should have ended on the very first day. In fact, it should have not been denied at all. I think the very fact that we are in a position in this day and age to talk of no apology for something like this is quite shocking. And I think the simple point is that we are really seeing an apology of a state. Forget an apology from the government. We are seeing an apology of a state which is not even having the basic courtesy to talk to the widow of the slain officer for 4 full days.
Yes.
Forget anything else. For 4 full days, the government did not talk to the widow of the officer. So what are we talking about? We are talking about plenty of things. We are talking about a government which is in denial. We are talking about a government which wants to pretend that no such thing is happening. We are talking about a government which wants to cover up the fact that there's plenty of mining, plenty of illegal activities going on with the natural resources, whether it's coal, whether it's iron ore, whether it's sand, whether it's stone, whether it's oil, and so on and so forth. So I think there's plenty that the government of Madhya Pradesh has to explain. But above all, I think this is not a local issue in that sense of the word. I think the BJP needs to stand up and apologize at the center. I mean, if this is the state of affairs in one of its key states, and this is supposed to be one of the more, let's put it this way, less aggressive of the BJP ruled states. If this is the state of affairs in Madhya Pradesh, then heaven forbid what's the situation in other BJP ruled states. I think the BJP needs to really stop this machismo about violence, and I think it needs to really start talking the language of contrition, the language of apology, the language of wanting to move with the people, not to oppose them on issues like this. I think the BJP owes, not just in Madhya Pradesh, but at the center, from its leaders in Delhi, from its spokespersons who are on the show just now, to really show some kind of contrition.
Yes,
I mean, I can understand the fact that the minister wants the lady to take care of her health, but that's largely because she's pregnant. But let's assume that this is not the case. But I think you still need to show some bit of contrition for what's happened, and you don't see that coming from the BJP either in Madhya Pradesh or in New Delhi.
Yeah, the fact is, you stop patronizing people when they ask for justice. You stop threatening victims, victims when they ask for justice, and you stop responding only when the media puts out an expose. Otherwise, and you continually change your statements. In fact, I'd like to bring to your attention, Meenakshi Lekhi, as I take a response from Dr Ajay Kumar, then open up the debate after that. Times Now expose in November 2011. Now, the state, is it completely irrational of the State Mineral Resources Department to say it does not keep records of reviews of illegal mining by the minister who heads the department? RTI reply dated January 28, 2012. This RTI reply only proves that the state government is trying its best to protect illegal mining and the politicians involved. You cannot have this kind of irrational situation in this country which is not questioned here, because these questions will be asked. The same RTI with which you ask questions of the central government will be applied to ask questions of your own state governments. Ajay Kumar, Meenakshi Lekhi says tonight, no question of an apology for what the minister said. Do you think that's the right position to take?
No, Arnab, first of all, it's a sad reflection of the callousness and brazenness in which the Madhya Pradesh government has responded. Because one is extremely insensitive, and like Krishna correctly said, when the body came to Delhi, there was nobody from the Madhya Pradesh government. I mean, at least I'm not aware of it, so those facts need to be checked. But I think it's also supported by senior police officers, like the statement by the Inspector General Police and the Director General Police, trying to cover up for the government. So I'm absolutely shocked by the brazenness and callousness, but it's reflective of the political class and the civil servants, at least at the senior level, of total callousness. And you very often see only lives of young people being lost, because I think when you're young, you're much more idealistic, and you're ready to take challenges. So I'm totally zapped out by the callousness and the statements these people have made, and but it also reflects the way the political or the political mafia / government servant nexus behave. They don't care a damn because they believe that they can get away with it. So the statements are made because they think that they can get away with it. So I think it's high time that that they are they are held accountable for the statements they make. I think all this is a function of lack of accountability for whatever they say. And
zero accountability. That's the problem.
To say that nothing's going to happen.
Zero sense of accountability, and the CBI inquiry ordered by a reluctant state government 5 days after the brutal killing comes only because of the pressure from the family of Narendra Kumar. The political pressure, national outrage and media pressure. The callous approach of a government here, Meenakshi Lekhi, makes its own, it makes it look, its position look totally suspicious. You have a person serving the state and you have the person who's died on line of duty, and you have your government's minister. Just because you are representing the BJP and because it's a BJP government, should you be blind to the insensitivity here, Meenakshi Lekhi?
I'm neither blind to insensitivity and nor am I insensitive. At the same time, in the line of administrative jobs, you end up ordering a few things, you end up conducting yourself in certain way because
so you have to threaten the family.
Go very strong and
so in the line of the administrative job, you have to threaten the family.
This is not a threat. It's not a threat. Allow me to complete, please.
How is it not a threat?
Of course, it is not a threat. It is not a threat because
you threaten the family of consequences if they ask for a CBI inquiry. How is that not a threat?
Consequences. Let me complete. There are consequences of all kinds of jobs.
Oh, really?
First thing is the man could have actually died because of the Mafia Act. That is one presumption.
No, 1 second.
The second presumption is this could have been an accident. Third thing is that neither. Come on, allow me to complete. You're not allowing me to complete. Simply because an IPS officer
are you saying it's an accident? 1 second, Meenakshi Lekhi. We're getting a response.
I don't know.
I don't know. This IPS officer has been killed by the mining mafia, which your state government has refused to do anything about.
No, my state government is doing whatever is under its control, and it's still more things need to be done.
A report submitted by the additional principal chief conservator of forest, Jagdish Prasad Sharma, to the state government on October 4, 2010 claims there is massive illegal mining of stone and stone slabs in Nagod and Unchera forest ranges. What has the state government done?
That's exactly what I'm coming to. If there is under the Mining Act, there is conflict between Mining Act and the Forest Act.
No, this is not a conflict.
Forest needs to be performed. No, you're not letting me speak. You're just going on your line. You're not allowing any other debate to happen.
I'm simply asking you today what action.
Now, first thing is, of course, I think the notifications have run down. This particular thing, the fact this has been brought on record by an officer working under the government means government is acting and government is functioning, and the forest officer works for the government of Madhya Pradesh, not for government of central government.
On the 19th of November, 8 illegal miners are arrested. The prime accused, who is a nephew, allegedly, of a minister in the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government, absconds.